smart as he usually is.
Brown drives, layup off the glass.
That's not the first time we've seen a superstar in green and white sacrifice the body.
Scoring net, knocked away. Ball game.
Into round 2 of the First of the Floor 2023 Boston Celtics Trivia Bonanza, where we put the world's most astute, most knowledgeable Celtics fans to the ultimate test. My name is Ben Vallis. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. And before we introduce our 2 wonderful contestants, let's welcome in Jake Eisenberg, producer Jake Eisenberg on the ones and twos. Jake, how's it going, buddy?
Ooh, scraping the bottom of the barrel for producers, that's for sure. But we're doing what we can. Times are tough in this economy. I understand.
We do what we can. And let's welcome in contestant number 1. He is the co-host of the Green with Envy podcast. He owns a dog named Taco. He is Will Weir. Welcome, Will. How's it going?
What's going on, fellas? Love that you got the biography in there with a shout out to my guy Taco. I appreciate that.
Did the research. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. And contestant number 2, musician, podcaster, some might say the coach of the Green with Envy podcast, Greg Maneikis. Greg, how you doing, mate? Welcome.
I'm doing good, man. My girlfriend, my fiance, just decided today that she wanted to install a bidet. So I've spent the last hour, my hands deep in bidet and toilets, and it hasn't worked. So probably just going to be continuing to use bare, harsh paper on my butt for the next foreseeable future.
Oh, keep us
Life's
updated
tough,
on the bidet
yeah.
situation, because I've been considering something similar myself
I've
as I
seen the
age.
home add-on. I know it can be done, but knowing Greg like I do, we've been best friends since we were 2 years old. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think you're the man for the job.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
You could go all out and get one of those amazing Japanese toilets I've been hearing so much about, with all the fancy buttons. It's kind of like a spaceship that you happen to shit on as well. Anyway, it's a conversation for another day. Look, before we get started, let's go over the rules and regulations for this show. It's 4 rounds, 4 questions per round, plus the Phil Pressey speed round made up of 10 rapid-fire questions. There are also bonus questions peppered in throughout the show. Correct answers, they're worth 1 point. Bonus questions are worth 2 points. All of the Phil Pressey speed round questions are also worth 2 points, and you will be deducted points for incorrect answers. Fellas, do we have any questions before we get started?
No questions.
I think as long as you guys are the ones keeping score, like I'll keep everything you just said, Ben. I'll keep it in the back of my mind. But as long as you guys are the one that's actually tallying, I feel pretty good.
All right, great. I will say that we barely know what we're doing, and
right.
everything hinges on this sort of like free online trivia platform that sort of only half works. So keep that in mind, dear listener. Can we get a buzzer test from you, Greg, before we get started? There we go, the classic buzz. And
Beautiful.
Will, can we get a buzzer sound as well? There you go. The boing, also a popular choice. The buzz and the boing. All right, Jake, producer, should we get cracking?
Hey, let's let it fly. Let's go.
All right, I just got to find the right button here. Let's get rid of that TD Garden aerial view. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. All right, let's
Here we
start the game.
go.
Question 1. Jason Tatum hit the game-winning shot in his Summer League debut. What team was it against?
How do I answer? Hit the buzzer?
Just buzz, yeah.
Buzz in for a comedic effect. There you go.
All right.
Okay. And where do I submit my answer? Just say it out loud?
Just say it out loud, and I'll
verbally.
handle the rest. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Well done. All right, points to Greg. Greg on the board early on here. It was the Philadelphia 76ers.
He's going
Jake.
up against Fultz that game, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Fultz, he looked pretty good early on. It was just before he was plagued by the the intrusive thoughts and the shoulder issue as well.
What was that shoulder injury call that they made
There was
up?
a great name for it. I know what you're trying to pull out the
Yeah.
bag
It was
here,
like
Jake.
thoracic something.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a
Everyone
thoracic.
had to look it up because it was basically a way of just saying, like, he
had
got
the yips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, scientific term. All right, well done, Greg on the
Thoracic
board.
outlet syndrome.
I love our little
believe.
avatars, too.
Here we go.
We did our
I got a
best.
little Fu Manchu in mind.
Very limited avatar choice, so we picked the closest in terms of likeliness. All right, next question. Jason Tatum averages the most points against which team? The Hornets, the Pelicans, the Lakers, or the Blazers? Will.
I am going to go with the Lakers.
Incorrect. That's a wise choice. It is not the correct choice, though.
Do I get a chance now?
Yeah. You get a
Someone
free
has to
shot
answer.
now.
There are no
man.
passes.
Well, let's see. I feel like he always kills the Hornets. I'm trying to think of if he's had any like huge games against the Blazers. Yeah, I'm gonna go with D, Blazers.
Greg, on a bit of a run here, mate.
Let's
Doing
go,
well.
baby!
It's a run.
Yeah. He
It is
does
the
cook the
Blazers.
Blazers. To be fair, these are the top 4 highest scoring averages for Tatum against
I
opposing
think the
teams.
Lakers just stood out to me because it's always like
Yeah.
a national TV game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those games just stand out a bit more. I'm like, oh yeah, he has like 30, 40. He always wears the purple armband in honor
Yeah.
of Kobe, and it feels like something good happens.
Will, but here's the thing. Will and I go golfing sometimes, and I feel like how we play on the golf course, sometimes one of us will get up and we'll get confident, and the other one will come back on the back nine. I feel like that's very likely. So although I'm up 2-0, I don't know that it's going to stay that way.
Beware the early lead.
Yeah, and points deducted for incorrect answers as well. So, yeah.
Damn, Will, -1.
I know, I
That's
forgot
tough.
about
You're
that
actually
part.
down 3.
and also bonus points. They're worth 2 questions, two points rather. But if you are incorrect, you will be deducted 2 points as well. So it's a spicy
Yeah.
game with lots of
You guys
Yeah,
are rough.
ups and downs.
Okay.
You guys don't play on this, all right?
Absolutely ruthless.
Okay,
All right,
here's the
next
thing.
question.
I'm going to drink every time Will gets something wrong, so.
Oh, yeah. All right, have you got a few beers lined up there?
Next question. Who is the Celtics' all-time leader in effective field goal percentage? Hint, he's an active NBA player.
Ah, damn.
Will.
I'm gonna go with A. Robert Williams.
You are correct.
Here we
I
go.
forgot that you have to have the buzzer in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to. But yeah, Time Lord, 73.2% effective field goal percentage. He leads number 2, Daniel Tice, by 13%.
Shout
That's
out
a
to
healthy
Tice.
lead. Yeah.
Shout out Tice. Mate.
Danny T. All right, next question. In the 2008 finals, there were 4 players that currently work for the Celtics nowadays. Scal, Eddie House, Sam Cassell, and who? Will got in first.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with C. Leon Poe.
Oh, nice pull, Will. Nice pull. You are correct.
I was
Okay.
nervous about that one.
Here
I
he
felt
comes.
good, but I was a little nervous on that.
Back-to-back birdies.
Yeah. Greg's lead dwindling quickly.
Yep, 2014, Leon Poe was hired by the Celtics as their community ambassador.
Yep,
Dream job.
that's right.
I'd love to be the community
So you
ambassador
put all
for the
these
Celtics.
questions together, huh, Ben?
Not me entirely. Jake and Spoonie, who I believe is very
Spoons.
active in the comments
Seen Spoonie
right
in the
now.
comments, yeah.
Yeah.
Got some help. And I might have recycled a few questions from trivia shows past.
Okay.
All right, next question. Actually, I always do this. That's the end of the first round.
Hey,
Greg,
it's
with the
so
early lead.
anticlimactic.
I know. Amazing.
Beautiful.
Thoughts, feelings, Greg and Will, after round 1. You've sort of got a taste for the format. What's your confidence level sort of moving into round 2?
It's Ricky Bobby rules, right? If you ain't first, you're last. So Will's in
exactly right.
last.
I mean, there's only 2 guys. You got to go with it. But I think now that I really know what it feels like to get one wrong and how much it hurts you, I've got a different. I had to feel it out. Right? I had to have it happen to me first before I could really understand that rule, and it's painful. It's painful. So I got to be careful.
Here's a
with
good
these
strategy, though. Like, if Will continues to get things wrong, even though he's only got one wrong, it eliminates one of the answer choices
Yeah.
and make it a lot easier for me. So the tough ones, I feel like I'm going to kind of let Will answer it first because I know he's going to want to, and then it eliminated an answer choice for myself.
And
Yeah,
listen
That's
to
my
you
current
and
strategy.
just- we don't
I'm
know
very
enough.
transparent with it, guys.
You're smart. See, I only figured that out like in the second half of the game, and it really paid off actually. So, but you have tipped your hand here, Greg.
But now you might just end up with a podcast where neither Greg or I talk for a while. So for the sake of content, if I get one wrong,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's for the sake of content
That's right.
more than it is my own knowledge.
Got it. Got
We
it.
dig it. I
really
dig it.
appreciate that. Cannot put into words how much we appreciate that. But yes, you can be awarded for your silence in this game, hostage style, I guess. All right, moving on. Round 2. Going back in time, Celtics style. In 2017, the Boston Celtics drafted Jason Tatum. They also drafted which other player in the second round? Greg.
Semi Ojale.
You are correct, sir. It was
You know
Charlotte.
why I know that, Ben?
Well,
Well done. That was quick.
because I then tweeted I thought Semi Ojeleye would have a better rookie year than Jason Tatum.
Wow.
So that
Wow.
tweet is out there somewhere for anybody
That's
who
a
wants to
take.
go do some digging. But that's why I knew that immediately.
Hey, look, Semi Ojele's second summer league. I think I tweeted that Semi Ojeleye is going to be this year's X Factor, and that was the year that there was like the Celtics went 12 deep, and Semi Ojeleye barely got on the court. And I was just obviously completely wrong about.
Did you guys? I
Semi
mean,
Ojeleye.
I know you're in Australia, so I'm not sure which like content you see, like articles that are written or whatever. There's this huge article that was written about Semi, like in the weight room and how important he was. Okay, you read that article back in the
Dude.
day where he was the Giannis stopper, and it started with. There's a bang coming from the room down the
medicine
hall,
ball.
and it's Semi
Yeah.
Ojeleye throwing the medicine ball. That article is great.
Thundering
yeah.
through TD Garden. It's like, okay.
One of my favorite Semi Ojeleye facts, if you look him up on Basketball Reference, one of his nicknames is the Ojeleye Factory, which I wish Mike Gorman had dropped at one point, but that's one of my favorite nicknames.
I swear that is from Sam Jam Packet from the OG Rain and Jays days. Like back
Combat
when I-
muscles.
Yeah, the combat muscles. The team was just jacked across the board.
Semi Ojeleye, you can throw me against the wall any day. All right, moving on. Question 2. Since 2012, 2 Celtics have made multiple all-defensive teams as a Celtic. One of them is Marcus Smart. Who is the other? Boing, that's Will.
I'm going to go with C, Rajon Rondo.
Incorrect.
Since 2012.
Yeah, I mean, Rondo was on the 12, on the 12,
know,
on the team
no,
since
no,
2012, so not a terrible choice, but
So
it is someone else.
Here's my question: is they have to I think I know the answer, but they have to have been on the Celtics when they were on the teams.
Yes, as a Celtic.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Great.
Avery Bradley.
You are correct, sir. It was Avery Bradley, second team in 2012, 2013, and first in 15-16. Amazing.
Hey Jake, what happens when Will gets one wrong?
Drake, let's go.
I was trying to beat Greg to the punch on that 'cause after he got a quick trigger with Semi, and I was like, then as soon as I said it, I was like, wait a minute, that says since 2012. There's no chance that's Rondo. Rondo had it before that.
Post ACL, yeah.
Those of you
what-
that
what do
are watching at home, feel free to drink with me.
yeah.
Yes.
Could be a
Definitely.
long night. I'm getting shut out right.
What are you sipping on there, Greg?
This is a Shinerbach.
Yep.
Based
Very
here
familiar.
in Texas. So Will and I are from Boston, but we live in Austin, Texas, and this is one of the classic Texas beers.
Yeah.
That and Lone Star.
I once went to the rodeo in Fort Worth, Texas, and had myself several, lost count of the amount of Shiner Box that I had. Very, very good drop, if I might say so myself. Next question.
Yes.
This is a Who Am I, as I cue up the suspenseful music here. Who am I? A 4-time NBA champion, I was teammates with the great Bill Russell only for the second half of my career. During the first half of my career, I also played professional baseball for the Brooklyn Dodgers. As a member of the Celtics, I was one of the first NBA guards to shoot better than 40% from the field. I also led the NBA in free throw percentage a record 7 times, including a record 5 consecutive seasons. I played in 8 NBA All-Star games, scoring in double figures in 7 of them, and was named the 1955 NBA All-Star Game MVP. This is a tough one. In 1972, as head coach, I guided the Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West-led Los Angeles Lakers to an NBA record 33-game win streak, a then record 69-13 win-loss mark, the first Lakers championship in Los Angeles, and the first for the team in more than a decade. For this, I was awarded Coach of the Year. My jersey number, 21, is retired and hangs in the rafters of TD Garden. I am a member of the 25th, 50th, and 75th NBA anniversary teams. I played the shooting guard position, predominantly alongside Bob Cousy. Will.
All right, I'm doing this for content, guys, because this was going on a little
Thank
long
you.
here. Ben, I don't know how many more facts you had in
I just wanted to see how much longer he was going to read.
I have a guess, and you shouldn't be guessing when you're down 4-0, and this could turn into a negative score here. I'm gonna go with Casey Jones.
Oh, same
Am I-
era, obviously, very
Was
close.
it the other Jones? Oh wait, I shouldn't answer with Greg. Still having a chance.
I will say, just for the sake of content, again, it was not a Jones. I was watching the first couple episodes of Winning Time the other day, and this player is portrayed as part of the Lakers front office, who formerly played for the Celtics as a part of that show. I
I don't
really
know
start
the
to give it
answer.
away.
Okay, we
So-
got to guess.
No, I don't want to guess because then I get
Too
it
bad.
wrong.
Too bad. You got it. You
I-
50.
I have to.
Yeah.
So okay. This is really going to give it away. So their first name is short for William, the short version of that. That does not start with the letter W.
I know the answer now too.
Their
I feel like-
last
I
name-
feel like-
Is it Bill Sherman?
We're going to say correct.
close.
It's Sharman,
That's
not
close.
Sherman,
Okay,
but
okay.
we'll say correct. Because, like, kudos for anyone for getting that. That's
Yeah.
ridiculously difficult. Well done.
Shout out Ace
Sharman.
617. He had this answer well before either of you. So
Hey, big time shout out. I know
Well
the
done.
name.
Yeah,
There he is. 21, getting it done back in the day. First
That
guard
was-
to shoot over 40%, which nowadays seems
That's like
completely insane.
classic trivia though. Like you wait until the very last clue,
Yeah.
and then you feel like
All
you
right.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
was saying to
couldn't
Jake-
I couldn't take it anymore. I had to go for a guess.
I really appreciate that. I was going to start bringing up the Wikipedia page and just rattling off random facts of Bill Sharman, so really appreciate that. All right. I thought we had a bonus question there. Apparently not. I think this is a bonus question. In 2013-14 season, due to the injury of Rajon Rondo, which player became the Celtics' starting point guard? This is a bonus question, by the way.
this is very first to the floor centric.
2013-14 season, due to the injury of Rajon Rondo, which player became the Celtics' starting point
do
guard?
you know how many games he started?
I think like all games for the remainder of the season. After Spoonie knows what's going on.
Jordan Crawford.
Oh, you are correct, sir. Well done.
Once
We
Spoonie said when in doubt, that's when it became the answer was Jordan.
Absolutely. We always pepper in a few Jordan Crawford questions in this show, so well done. All right, so Greg on a bit of a run here, up 7 to -1, but we'll don't worry, like the points can be taken away as quickly as they're awarded with incorrect answers here. Really, in modern trivia game standards, much like the modern NBA, an 8-point deficit is nothing. So we
Is
still
this
get a game here.
like around the horn where you can just like take points away at whim?
I wish.
I wish we had that ability. Unfortunately, we don't. All right, next question. Who holds the highest average points per game as a Boston Celtic? Is it Jason Tatum, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, or John Havlicek?
For a season or for their career?
For their career.
Well,
I can't take the silence. Greg just knows he has to wait me out to make sure that
Yeah.
he gets it. I'm gonna go with C. Larry Bird.
Incorrect.
Oh my god.
But just bold, buzzing in
Yeah,
and going
I
for an
think-
answer there.
you're going to be the people's champion. You
Yeah.
know?
I'm gonna go
Great.
with D. John Havlicek.
Also incorrect.
Oh,
Here we
damn.
go. I think you can come in and steal this now, Will. No, can you not?
I think that's it. Yeah, we just default. Points deducted around the board. It is
Isaiah
Isaiah Thomas,
Thomas.
who
Okay.
24.7 points. You would have think a Celtic in their career averaged more than that, but
That's
Interesting.
That's clearly what we were thinking, Ben.
All right, let's move on.
Shout out to IT.
Yeah, shout out to IT. Absolutely. So at the end of the second round, we've got Greg, 6 points, Will, -2. It's an 8-point deficit. Like we said, that's nothing. It's still very much a game here. Will, I'll ask you for your thoughts as the person at the bottom end of the deficit. What's your strategy moving forward? Have you sort of changed your approach going into the
I
next
mean, I think
round?
I got to flip the tables and just hold strong. And so far, Greg's been winning the battle of silence, and getting one answer eliminated so that he can get either more clues or get down to those 3 choices. So I think basically my strategy is just going silent.
Well, we can fill that silence for
Yeah, no,
context
trust
sake,
me.
so-
We'll talk. I'm pretty sure Greg should be on like beer 4 by now. So I feel like that was Will's strategy. Just like get Greg a little wonky, and then he's gonna be slipping and sliding all over the place.
That's normally what happens. But hey, Will, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen more than you talk, baby.
I have trouble with that.
Okay, round 3. This is all about Celtics nicknames. Starting with question 1. Isaiah Thomas was famously known as the King in the Fourth, but what was his other lesser-known nickname? Was it the Tacoma Tyrant? Was it Calvin Murphy?
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
All right, this is a
That's some
remix.
extra buzzing.
yeah, free. There we
Game
go.
there.
Bonus round.
Greg.
I'm gonna go with A, the Tacoma Tyrant.
Incorrect.
give him
That
Will
was
a-
a
give him
that was
Will
a
a
nickname
chance.
of my invention. I'm glad someone thought that was nice.
That's great. I'm gonna go with D. The question.
Incorrect. Also
Is
of
it
my
the
invention.
pizza guy?
It is the pizza guy. Yeah, so he appeared in a pizza ad, and then, back in the day, there was like a week where they put nicknames on the back of NBA jerseys.
Yes. His was
Isaiah
the pizza
Thomas
guy?
put the pizza guy in support of his some Sacramento pizza place.
I
in
love
support
that.
of that ad campaign, he had the pizza guy on the back of his jersey.
Shout out to
So,
IT. That's great.
yeah, it's on his B-ball reference page, so it's official. There you go. All right, next question. During the 2022-23 season, Luke Cornett's play was likened to that of Stromar Swift. One Cornett celebration, however, was given what name by Blake Griffin?
Yes. See, Blake Griffin, this is why we've got to bring him back. Because
I think
without Blake Griffin, how can we go on?
Oh man, can we get? I feel like it was definitely an animal of some sort, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you're on the right path there. This is also a bonus question that I've also not labeled correctly, so there's more points at stake here. An animal. Think about Luke Cornett running down the court, maybe his hands in the air in front of his face.
No, I can picture the celebration. And okay, tell me, is it a bird of some sort?
Oh, you're getting hot there.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, God damn.
Keep getting more clues, Greg, so I can get this answer.
Is it a bird of flight?
It is. It is a bird of flight.
Okay.
I believe it is. Maybe it's not.
I actually don't know
Jake,
the answer to that. I am not
I don't
a
know.
look.
Maybe it isn't.
Jake's got to produce this. Jake's got to look up what type of.
Brits eat it. The
Brits eat
first,
it. Yeah,
the
I think that
first
they're-
name, the first word in this animal's name is like the first syllable of Luke Cornett's last name.
I think they're fenced in and they can't fly out, so maybe they're not birds
Oh
of flight.
God! Now I have a guess, but I can't. I need Greg to guess first before.
Dude, I asked all the questions. Come on, bro. I'm trying to help you out.
Dude, I'm at -3. Take a guess.
You said it's the first syllable of his last name.
Corn, if you're, yeah.
Let's do it. Cornish game hen.
Let's
Oh,
go!
yes, he's got it. The Cornish game hen.
Fortune favors the bold. Matt Damon, buy some crypto.
Let's go, Will.
All right, we're getting back into this now.
Get
Trying to
back
give you a
in this.
chance to come back, bro.
You just couldn't think of the answer.
I asked all the questions. Do they fly?
I don't know about that.
I don't know. We'll have to verify that. And
See,
we'll
I
circle
was
back on a future
what Willie
podcast.
thinks. I was thinking partridge as well, but I would have heard him call him partridge, and that's not really a pun, right? Cornish game hen is actually a pun on the name, so.
Yeah,
They-
slap a
they,
K on the front, but yeah.
They cannot fly.
There you go.
They cannot fly.
Bringing the facts. I love it.
Would that have helped? Let's be honest. No.
But I was thinking, I think he looks like an ostrich, so I was
Yeah, that
gonna
was the
call him
first
the
thing I went
ostrich,
to
but
as well.
I knew that wasn't the answer.
All right. Next question. The chewing gum Big Red was introduced in America in 1976, the same year this Celtic, nicknamed Big Red, led Boston to the NBA title over Phoenix. Was it Ed McCauley, Dave Cowens, Don Nelson, or Frank Ramsey? Will.
Give me B, Dave Cowens.
You are correct, sir. Streaking back into the game here.
I just
Here we
want to.
go.
I just want to point out that there was a faulty buzzer, and there was a
here we
pop-up
go.
ad, and I was
Here
hitting
Here
the
we
pop-up ad.
go. Here we go.
Yeah.
I
The
was
beer
hitting
is
the
kicking
pop-up
in.
I
ad.
was gonna say a few beers deep. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
the equipment doesn't work.
See, this is why Will's
Oh, a few
pregame
beers
prep.
deep. Will little Freudian slip. A few beers deep, the equipment doesn't work.
See, this is why Will's pregame ritual of the prebiotic soda,
Getting in
genius,
the zone.
has him locked in.
Poor tradesman always blames his tools. All right, let's move on to the next question. DJ was the simple nickname given to three-time NBA champ Dennis Johnson. The Celtics just signed another DJ, DJ Stewart, to a training camp deal. Prior to DJ Stewart, who was the most recent DJ to play for the Celtics? Was it DJ Bremer, DJ Abrams, DJ Wilson, or DJ White? Greg's buzzing in.
Greg's buzzing.
Silent,
Greg's buzzing.
silent buzzer.
I told you I wasn't lying.
All right.
I'm gonna go with DJ White. D.
You are correct. Yep.
Okay.
You rifled through the pick options. You found the correct DJ, and you chose wisely.
Hey,
It
just
was
do
it was R.J. Bremer, wasn't it?
Yeah, RJ.
J.R. Bremer.
Oh, J.R. Bremer. Okay, yeah. All right, let me
Just
see if
go
this is
verbal.
working. What? See, this is just not working for me.
you're gonna have to go verbal.
Yeah,
Yep.
I will.
Gonna have to switch to verbal mode. That's all right. Verbal mode engaged. Next question. Why was Arnold Red Auerbach given the nickname Red? Was it his short temper, his alma mater's team colors, his ruthlessness, or his hair?
This is a good question.
Good question.
I learned this.
Today.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with A. His short temper.
Incorrect. That was also a theory of my creation. That was not his short temper, but a valid choice. Apparently, he did have a short temper by all accounts.
Well, I mean,
that
he
is not
fought
the correct
Moses
answer.
Malone.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, he attacked Moses Malone.
Wow, that's crazy. I
Yeah,
know
he
that.
deserved it.
Red didn't mess around. All
Short
right,
temper.
so we got to take a guess here. Greg got rid of the short temper. I'm gonna take out ruthlessness based on if it's not short temper. Ruthlessness feels a little
is
too
good.
close to short temper. And hair, he was bald basically, or had like kind of like a he didn't have a lot of hair. So let's go with his alma mater's team colors.
Incorrect. Which I believe his alma mater was George Washington University, but
Oh,
Arnold Arnold Auerbach.
Let me just point. Oh, sorry, Ben.
No, go ahead, Greg.
Will's acting like he was bald his whole life. Like he was a kid at some point. You probably get a nickname.
sure.
when
That's
you're
very
a
true.
kid.
That's very true.
Just because Will pretty much started going bald in high school, so
If you're
what
bald,
he's
it
thinking
starts
about.
early. That's what I've learned in life.
Amazing. Well, like his contemporaries, William Holtzman, Johnny Kerr, and Eugene Rocha, he was nicknamed Red for his hair color for most of his career as a Celtic coach and GM/president. His hair was gone on top, as you guys stated, and then it was white. So red hair at a very young age, and he was anointed the nickname Red. Very tough
Not
one.
always. He was born bald. That is true. Thank you, Jim.
Absolutely. Yeah, very, very true. At least we assume so. Who knows? All right, that's the end of round 3. I think
Nice,
we're at now.
Ben. Well done. Nope.
all right.
Nailed that round ending.
Yeah,
Perfect.
thank you, sir. Thank you, producer Jake.
I got to get the positives here, boys. That's my only goal here. Is I got to end this game in the positive.
Mate, don't look. All we need is the bonus round at the end. It's 2 points a pop.
When's-
This is
When's
Yeah,
the Phil
free-
Pressey round?
That is round 5. We've got
Okay.
one more round. The category for which I will find as I scroll through my run sheet clumsily. Round 4, the category is Drafting Green, Celtics Draft History. And after this comes the Phil Pressey speed round. So, question 1. The Celtics traded the 5th overall pick of the 2007 NBA draft for Ray Allen.
yeah.
Greg,
Gabe Pruitt.
you are correct. Absolutely.
In there
Smiling
quick, well
Gabe
done.
Pruitt.
I feel like you're at a slight
I-
advantage with the noise buzzer over there.
Well, dude, let me hear your vocalization of the boy.
True. Yeah.
All right, well,
yeah.
let's
You're
hear
welcome.
Verbal
to-
boying.
we'll go double buzzer over here.
All right, I'm looking forward to the next verbal boying that comes in.
Now we're talking.
This was a spoony question submission and a great one. So I don't know that much about Smiling Gabe Pruitt. Greg, can you tell us any Pruitt factoids that you have in your head?
I think he was once sliding in the DMs before sliding in the DMs was like a thing of a college friend of ours. I think
Nice.
that's why I remember Gabe Pruitt.
100%. I was gonna go there, but I was like, I know exactly why I remember Gabe Pruitt forever and always.
Amazing.
Legend.
We'll talk
What
offline.
happened? What happened with the sliding of the DMs?
I
Sorry,
think
not
she
anywhere,
curbed him.
as far as I knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Fair. It's got to be smoother.
So
Gabe,
apparently Gabe's got no game on the
Yeah,
court
dude.
or off the court.
no Riz, I believe. Yeah.
No
Amazing.
Riz.
I love it. All right, next question. Aaron Neesmith was drafted in the 2020 NBA draft. There was an Aussie, an Australian, drafted after Neesmith in the first round. Who was it? Was it Mitchie Creek? Greg.
I'm gonna go with B. Josh Green.
Oh, correct. You are correct. It was Josh Greeno Green. Dallas Maverick, Jake, as the other resident Aussie on this podcast.
Yeah.
Do you wanna
Well,
wax lyrical about Josh Green for a second?
The story about this one, before me and Ben I'd come on the podcast, I had like tweeted I want the Celtics to draft Josh Green. And then Ben replied, I like this Aaron Nesmith guy, flamethrower. I'm like, you know what? Maybe Ben's onto something. I think that we still make the Malcolm Brogdon trade, even if we make the Josh Green trade, because I don't know if he's ready to win a title right the last couple of years either. But I do love Joshy Green. Currently nursing a little injury going into the World Cup. But
Is he going to be playing?
Yeah, he's going to play. He's going to play after the dominating performance against Venezuela 2 days ago.
Basketball powerhouse Venezuela fell at the hands of the Aussie Boomers. Next question. As part of a draft day trade, the Celtics selected which player out of Providence College for the New Jersey Nets in 2011?
Boing.
Greg. Oh, I think we got an before we go to Boing, so we're going to go to Greg.
Oh no, that was Will. He forgot what his noise was.
Yeah. I made the wrong noise, so that's
Great,
not me. But,
great sportsmanship from Greg there, but Will.
Remember when you're up 7 to
helping a
-1,
man when
you
he's
know.
down. Give me D, Marshawn Brooks.
You are correct, sir. Well done.
Nice job having Ryan Gomes up there. You know.
I know. That was actually my first reaction, and then I reread the question while we were all trying to figure out who buzzed in.
Yeah, and Brooks was here, still carved in one of the wooden ceiling items on the Celtics practice facility there. Let's move on to question 3-4 of this round. Which 2005 draftee was the last high schooler selected by the Celtics before the one and done rule was implemented? Boing, that's Will. What do you got?
That's our guy, Gerald Green, right there.
Correctamundo. Gerald Green, the dunk master, the cupcake fiend, was drafted 18th overall in the 2005 draft.
That's on his basketball reference, surely.
Basketball reference nicknames never disappoint. And Ben, the fact that you came up with the Tacoma Tyrant earlier, I feel like you have a future in just nicknames.
Thank you. If you learn of a way to monetize that skill, please let me know, because I'm dying here in this economy.
Any love to Gerald Green? Any factoids on Gerald Green besides the obvious missing a finger?
Missing a finger? That's all I've got. I suppose one that comes to mind is because I was over in Boston for this playoff series, but that series against the Bulls where Brad Stevens inserted Gerald Green. It was his second tenure with the Celtics, inserted him into the starting lineup, and that ended up being, and like the lesser known or spoken about fact of that is that Rondo got injured and he was dominating the Celtics to that point. Rondo goes out, Gerald Green comes in, and then we run the table with him for the rest of that series. So good memories of Gerald Green. That's right.
Yeah, it's funny how he came in as like the one and done kid, like with high potential, and then just kind of flamed out, but then found himself and then came back as that veteran leader, you know, whatever it was, 8-10 years later.
Yeah, he was really good with the Rockets as well. Like, really nice role player.
Under the tutelage of Brad Stevens as well, a la one Jordan Crawford. Let's move on to the speed round as I cue up the speed round music here.
All right, so how does this work for this round?
Same as
pretty
usual.
much the same.
More questions, just more of a sort of sense of panic as we go through this round. So, question 1: Jason Tatum has scored the second most playoff points before turning 26 in NBA history. Who is first? Is it Tony Parker, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Kobe Bryant?
Boing.
Will.
Let's go with C. Kevin Durant.
Incorrect. It was not Kevin Durant. Greg, over to you, sir.
I'm going to go D, Kobe Bryant.
Ding. You are correct.
Shit.
I don't want to play the sounds because it's going to stop the music, but you are correct.
I thought Kobe was a trap.
That is the top 5. It's Kobe, Tatum, Durant, LeBron, Parker, I believe, from my
Shout
research.
out to Tony
yesterday.
Parker for being in that
Yeah.
Shout out
absolutely.
to Tatum for being second.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, amazing. So good. Question 2. In the bubble playoffs, the starting lineup was post-Hayward injury, Marcus, Kemba, Jalen, Jason, and Tice. Who was 6th on the Celtics team in the bubble in the playoffs in team minutes?
Boing.
Brett.
I gotta take a shot here, Ben. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there with with the answers. We're gonna go with Brad Wanamaker.
Hey, you are correct.
It
was Brad Wanamaker, which just goes to show, the lack of depth at the time. But
Fun
great
fact,
choice.
I sat next to Brad Wanamaker's wife at one of the games, and literally she talked my ear off the entire time. It was pretty amazing.
Any intel?
She told him that he was never going to play basketball in Europe again. So if he didn't if he didn't get another contract, he was not going back overseas.
Where is he right now?
I was gonna say.
Potentially back overseas.
Divorce. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, like, playing basketball overseas, that's pretty fun. You go ahead, Ben. I'm just gonna, have I made sure we got the right answer in there? Has Will got his points?
Yeah, yep.
All right, cool.
We're in the
Will
positive,
is
baby.
back in the positive, so
Let's go, Will.
goal attained. All right, next question. When Larry Bird was coaching the Pacers, Michael Jordan famously ripped their heart out in the Eastern Conference Finals. In the hallway after the game, Michael famously, now after the documentary, said what to Larry Bird?
Boing.
Will.
You bitch, fuck you.
Correct.
I
Absolutely.
did love that part of the documentary.
Great Space Jam reference in there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Larry's not white. Larry's clear. Next question.
Said by who?
What is-
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
We'll put that in the next round of trivia. What is the most amount of Celtics to
Boing.
make an All-Star team in a single year? I heard
got
the boing
confused.
first.
No, that
that
was
was
me
both
getting
correct.
confused.
That was a boing on Greg's
We gotta
voice.
stop
Okay.
messing with Ben. We gotta learn what our buzzer words are.
I'm gonna go with D4.
You are correct. It was 4 multiple times, I believe. 2011 most recently, then 1975 and 1962 as well. So, calm the Celtics. Which MLB franchise did Danny Ainge play for before starting his
Boing.
NBA career?
Goddamn.
That was
B.
Greg.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Correct. Look at Jake here, producing the shit out of the show. Thank you,
Let's
Jake.
go, Jake.
Gonna get a raise out here, dog. Let's go.
Celtics mascot, Lucky the Leprechaun, has what unique attribute among all NBA mascots?
Boing.
Will.
He's an actual human.
Correct. He's the only one to take on human form of all the NBA mascots.
I thought you were gonna say a cocaine problem, but
I
Allegedly.
was waiting for that to be part of the question, but
That's how he jumps so high. All right. Next question. Which player scored more points as a Celtic? Was it Ed Pinkney or Kevin Pinkney?
I'm gonna go A.
Right.
Ed Pinkney.
You are correct. There we go. There's that correct sound. All right. Let's get that music cranking again. Next question. Jason Tatum did not wear number 0
Oh
in
my
the Summer
God,
League.
I'm
What
so
number
mad.
did he wear, Greg?
11. B.
Correct.
so
Yeah.
Greg only
Yeah.
knows that because we recently talked about this on a podcast. We had a trivia question where Greg asked, "Can you name other Celtics to wear number 11 besides his hero Dana Barros?" And me and Adam had to go through and think about it. And I said, "Did Jason Tatum ever wear 11?" Because he wore it
Yeah.
in Summer League, but not in the regular season. And Greg didn't know that on the show or didn't remember that. And
But I
then now
did.
gets
But
it
I
right
but I
here.
did remember that he hit a buzzer beater against the Philadelphia 76ers
Right?
in Summer
So-
League. So.
There you go. Yeah. And that,
So
that came
Greg-
in handy.
Greg, that's a moral victory. I mean, Will, that's a moral victory for you
I
on
know.
that one.
I feel like I get the assist on that one.
Wait, is this the Phil Pressey round?
It is the Phil Pressey speed
Okay,
round.
no, shut off Phil Pressey. Okay.
Hence why it's now 17-5.
Yeah. And hence why it's still in reach for Will there. So I just want to know, other notable Celtic players to wear number 11. Enes Kanter comes to mind. Peyton Pritchard. Kyrie Irving. Is there anyone else that I'm missing?
Jake.
Dana Barros.
Yes.
Dana Barros. Yeah,
There you go.
mentioned. I did look through a long list, and then none of them come to mind right
Okay,
now.
Big
but yeah,
Baby.
Dana- yeah.
Big
Oh,
Baby.
okay. Yep.
Marcus Banks.
Okay.
Evan Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And
number.
I feel
Randy
like I'm
Brown?
missing.
Was that one of them?
Randy Brown was
Yeah.
right after
That was a
Dana
deep
Barros,
cut. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow,
think
that's
it.
So you knew all of those number 11s, but you didn't know you do now today. Remember Jason Tatum's.
He
Summer
knew
League
it when
number
it
11.
mattered, and it actually is on the
Yeah,
scoreboard
exactly.
now.
That's right. It's not about the practice
a
court. It's
fast
about when
learner,
the lights
baby.
are bright. Yeah.
All right, first of the floor trivia, where we stop in the middle of the speed round to talk about famous number 11s who played for the Celtics. Let's move on to the next question. Lewis Scott, played by Damon Wayans in the American cinema classic
Boing.
Celtic Pride, plays for which NBA franchise? Boing, that's Will. What do you got?
D. Utah Jazz.
Correct, Amundo. Well done. Probably a movie that doesn't really hold up very well in modern society, so let's just move on.
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
The Los Angeles Lakers, I believe this is the final question, have won how many NBA titles?
Boing. So
Yeah, we'll see how you go on this one.
I want to make. Can I
feel-
ask if this is because there's an answer for the Lakers?
It's open
as
to
a franchise?
interpretation.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Well, yeah.
Well, then let's go. Let's go with B17, and we'll see what happens.
Come on, dude.
Correct.
What are you doing?
Hey.
What are you doing?
I've seen people be on both sides of this where they get real passionate one way or the other. I wasn't sure which way this program was going.
People are wrong and people are right, and it's 12.
5 of their supposed 17 titles were won by the Minneapolis Lakers. And you've just got to keep in mind that this podcast is partially run by 2 dickheads from Australia who are always going to skew away from the Lakers.
Isn't that a little redundant, though?
Yes, thank you.
That's right. That's our biggest problem.
Totally fair. Very fair.
And then we added Spoonie, so like we're really.
All right, there's the end of the show ranking. Greg 19, Will 5. Look, it's tough out there. It's tough out there. We'll ask Will first, and then we'll go to Greg as the winner. Who?
Wait, is that it? The game's over?
That, I believe, is the game. I don't think we've got anything else. That's it. Here's the results. Greg 19, Will 5. Now, the winner, and this isn't necessarily a good thing, moves on to the final round and has to come back on the show and compete again. So, Will, congratulations. You don't have to do this again.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Tracy McGrady talking to Ryan Russillo about not wanting to play for Rick Pitino, and just felt like, hey, just once is enough for me. I don't need to come back on this show.
There you go.
So, once Greg got a little bit of a lead, I figured, what, let's pull back and let's let him have this.
That's what a best friend does. He's building up my confidence so that I'm going into the next round like I'm steamrolling whoever this is. Let's go. But I'll probably end up being on the opposite end on the next one. But this was fun.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming on. This was a really good time. Look, that is going to do it for this one. Thanks, everyone who joined us on the live stream and everyone listening later. Kudos to our 2 contestants, Greg and Will from the Green with Envy podcast. And congrats again to Greg for progressing to the next round. Guys, anything you want to plug? You got any articles coming out, any podcasts you just released or that are about to come out that you want to plug on this show before we wrap up?
We got if you guys could go to we'll send it over to you guys, or if you guys can put it in the description here. Go give us a follow over on our YouTube channel. Right now we've got a couple of things that we just put up today. I did an interview with Matt Issa from SB Nation and Forbes magazine.
Nice.
He did a really cool profile, kind of deep diving into the career of Antoine Walker, who was my favorite Celtic growing up as a child. So he and I sat down to talk about that article, and then Greg and Adam also have a quick hit. So we're trying to get some more YouTube content generated these days. So we'll have the podcast that will always be up on video format on YouTube, as well as we have some quick hits that are just going to be reacting to things in real time. So Greg and Adam have their own reaction to the Kristaps Porzingis news from earlier today as well. But yeah, give us a follow, a subscribe over there on YouTube, and then you can check out our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
and just to be clear, our podcast is called Green with Envy, a Boston Celtics podcast. We stole that from you guys because you guys are smart. And then and then our handles are at Green Envy Pod. So it's not the same handle as the name of the show. And then my band, Black Sheep Optimist, down here in Austin, Texas, we have a show on Friday here at this. I doubt anybody here is from Texas right now, but we just released a song. We just released a song called Get This High. There's a great Jason Tatum reference in there in my verse. So definitely go stream Get This High by Black Sheep Optimist. And yeah, let me know what you think. Hit me up. Follow me on Twitter at Minimino, at Maneikis Music on Instagram. And thank you guys. Appreciate you. This was fun.
Yeah, guys, thanks for coming on. And like, subscribe, follow, all of the above, all of the aforementioned things. Green with Envy Pod, doing great stuff out there. Jake and Spoonie are going to be back on this pod at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Wednesday night for the next installment of our Eastern Conference Rivals series, this time with Trill Withers talking all about the Sixers. Great time, Jake. Great timing, rather, setting that one up.
Man. I'm like we did the Schadenfreude report last time. I hope it it's going to be fun.
From there.
I know it's only gotten worse. But yeah, and also shout out the Matildas tonight, semi-final Women's World Cup. Aussie Phil's on it in the chat here, and obviously the prelude. We got the Boomers versus Brazil before that. So
yes,
it's all happening.
Go the Aussies! All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Until next time, go Celtics.